If you're studying for CA, CPA, CFA, NEET or any degree which is difficult and there is a low passing percentage, then please hear me out as a future self. I'm a chartered accountant. But my journey of becoming a CA was not at all easy, man, and it was as tough as anybody else's, but a bit more. I was going through depression for 3 years. I was on hardcore antidepressants. Like I was taking maybe like 10-15 pills a day, and I was seeing this psychologist, psychiatrist guy, and I was doing many other things on the side to help me heal. At the same time, I had these stacks of books that I had to read, study again and again, practice, show up to the exams, pass with that really small passing percentage, and somehow make through life. Now that it's been I don't know how many years being a CA, and I've done a lot more after that in life, which I'll share in a bit, I wonder how did I do that? And that is why I'm making this video so late, because first of all, I had to acknowledge all that it took to become a CA in the face of failure. Nobody else knows failure as well as you. It's not the same. It's not the same as studying in a college, because in a college you have an ecosystem where you have your teachers who are very regularly seeing you, holding space for you, checking on you. You have a regular set of friends who enter together and leave the college together. But in CA, it's like you entered with somebody and they're already a CA, or in your degree, right? Whichever degree you're doing, it leaves you very confused. You're just wondering, am I not good enough? Am I not studying hard enough? And naturally, what you do is you just add more to your list. You study even harder. And then when you fail, you're just broken to a level that nobody else can understand. Even though your family tries to, they've seen you go through this hardship. They just don't know exactly what that feels like. Your friends who are not on the same journey, maybe they're pursuing some other degree, they try to understand, but it's only you who knows the pain of studying for like 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and then still failing, not knowing how. This is exactly the state of life I was in. Not only depressed, suicidal, all of that, but also I just didn't know why I was failing the whole time, because this is how my life was. I would enter the library at 6 a.m. sharp, because there used to be a register right at the window where you would put your diary entry, like your name entry, not diary entry. And I used to be so proud of the fact that I was in the first 3 people who would enter the library, and I would leave at 10. And at one point, we struggled to get the library be open till 11, from, if I'm remembering it correctly. So that is who I was. I used to have my time log every day in my own diary, that 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. this subject, 1 to 1:30 lunch. If I'm entering the library after lunch at 1:33, I would literally deduct those 3 minutes from the break that I would take in the evening in the library. Now, this is how strict and on point I was, yet I was failing. Not just once, not just twice, not just thrice. I passed my CA final in the 4th attempt, while I failed an IPCC, which is the second level. I passed it in second attempt, yeah. You know, like when you fail once, you think that, oh, I apparently need to work harder, that's fine. When I was preparing for my 4th time, I knew that I have to change something major and fundamental. It's not easy to do what you're doing. To willingly choose something as difficult as that just shows what a strong person you are. You may not be feeling it right now because you're so consumed by the fear of not making it. That's all right. But when you go a little ahead in life and when you look back, you will realize that I was so strong all this while. So either you can wait till that point, or you can acknowledge yourself right now. Because if you acknowledge yourself right now, you will be able to use the same strength that you have right now in your own favor. You don't necessarily have to work or study even harder. You don't necessarily have to put in more hours. This is the exact learning I had after I failed the 3rd time. And in my 4th attempt, I implemented this learning. This is exactly what I'm going to share with you in this particular video, that instead of overcompensating for the lack of belief with more work, more hassle, what if you now start to take control of your inner world, your beliefs, your thoughts, your emotions? What will change in your life if you woke up with this belief, I am a CA, or I am a doctor, or I am an IAS officer? What if you woke up with this belief and you went to bed with that belief? Everything that happened in between will start resonating with exactly this statement. So instead of waiting to let life show you that you are actually a CA, an IAS, a CPA, what if you tell life, this is who I am? Fine, I don't have the degree in my hand right now, but in my heart, in my mind, I have already started living as that person. Get creative on how you can show yourself that. So I'm going to share exactly what I did to really convince every cell of my mind and body. And that's why I actually cleared my exam. So a little backstory. I've already told you that I was going through depression because of my past trauma. But moreover, I had this pattern that before every exam, I would get really sick. Like, really, really sick. Like, one time I was hospitalized before my first attempt. Then I also had dengue in one of the exams. Like, literally before the exams would start, I would attract a disease. And then I had chicken pox. In my fourth attempt, also, I got sick. And my parents just lovingly reminded me after the exams that, hey, you might want to not start the venture that you're starting, and you might want to like start studying again because you were really sick in this attempt as well. Something in me just told me that I am going to pass this time, because I had totally changed my mindset for the fourth time. I had totally changed my approach of looking at the exams, myself, my preparation, and the result as well. Like, my mindset was totally different in the fourth attempt, and no wonder that I passed. In such degrees, we have a lack of structure, we have a lack of routine. And when I had written the notes for this particular script, my social media manager made a note that, no, like, everybody has a curriculum and they have a structure. I was like, yo, dude, it is super different. It's just not like college. It's like, even if you're studying with somebody for a few months and they have their exams, they would have passed already, or you passed and now you're at different levels, and there's nobody telling you what to do, which is a blessing, but it can also be a limitation if you don't really use this well. So first of all, understand, observe your study pattern and observe your productivity pattern. That when are you the most productive? Not only productive, you're dragging yourself, but you feel happy, you feel in control, and you feel like everything is going well. Is it when you have like a loose structure for the day, loose routine, or you know exactly what to do, or maybe you've made segments of the day? Just check with yourself, what do you want your day to be like ideally, right? So I would highly suggest have certain routine for yourself. As a mindset coach, I work with entrepreneurs, I work with creators, and I'm going to see you soon in that too. We work on routines as well, not from a space of I have to wake up at 5, I have to go for a run. Not at all. If it's not bringing you in a moment, in a state of flow, you're just using resistance. You're just getting more into resistance, and resistance never creates positive results. If it does, your soul is sucked out of your body by then. What's the point of that, right? So check with yourself, what slight, yummy routine can I have in my day, and add that, because that is then going to act as a strong anchor in your journey, and you will not feel as lost or as scattered in your day. What I used to have was, I had oh god, I love it. I had routine for my day. Like, I would wake up at a certain point because I enjoyed doing that. My body would automatically wake up, so don't force yourself. Just check with yourself what naturally comes to you. And I used to have like this routine of whenever I would go to use the washroom, I would do like squats. So I was taking care of my body. When I would come back from the library, I would do yoga, not for the purpose of yoga, but so that I could support my body, so that next day I could sit for all those hours and study, right? I used to have my green tea break so that my digestion is good, and I used to drink certain liters of water so that I am hydrated. I used to eat very healthy as well. I used to have those moments when I would listen to some motivational stuff. I would not find content like what I'm making right now. So I used to use like random videos to feel a little motivated, right? So have a loose routine so that you have some structure to fall back on. Now, before you even start to rewire your brain for success, you really got to let go of the stinkiness that the past failures have on you. It could be that you have heard from your seniors that, oh, failing is inevitable, you will fail, everybody fails, so you're scared of that. Or you actually failed in the exams and now you're like, oh my God, what guarantee do I have that I'll pass again? I feel like I'm gonna fail again. Just because you failed and you stayed with that feeling, it has become normal for you. So you will continue to push yourself to work harder, to study harder with this feeling of failure, or you reprocess this failure. Only and only you are in control of what meaning you give to the failure. So you can let it control you, limit you, pull you down, or you can see it in a different light. My attitude somehow naturally was, I failed today. The next day I'm in library, I'm speaking to my friends and I'm like, you know what? Because of this failure, I know more than I would have known if I had passed. So because now I have my time to like relearn these things and redo the preparation, I'm gonna know more. And that is why when I go out in the market, when I'm a CA, when I'm doing CA things, I would have more knowledge and that would add to the value that I bring to my clients and blah, 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 right? I had that natural sense. If you don't have a natural sense, then you got to build it for yourself. If you don't build it, nobody is going to build it for you. So one task for you is every day, if you're bathing in this feeling of, oh, I hate the failure that I've had, what if it comes back again? Give a new purpose to the failures that you've had. They were there to give you some learning. If you're not taking the learning and if you are staying in a state of fear, you're not really doing justice to the failure. Failure is here not only for your degree, but in life to help you evolve, not to bring you down. So do that for yourself every morning. Just write down, the failure made me stronger, or the failure taught me dash. I am more of dash because of the failure. The failure has prepared me in a much better way to pass now. So you see what I'm doing. What lens are you looking at failure from? Change that lens. Now, this tool is going to be very powerful in making you pass your exams in a way that is easier, more effortless, and in flow. Now, just observe, where is most of your attention and energy going? Is it in the fear, I'm going to fail? What if it doesn't work out? What if I don't get these many marks? What if I get questions in my exams that I don't know the answer of, or from that particular part of the curriculum that I am leaving? What if you start focusing your energy, your attention on something that you do want? I am actually really good in accounting. Oh, I'm actually very good at practical subjects. I'm actually going to pass this time. You know what? I'm going to come back to the same library and I'm going to distribute sweets when I pass. Like, this used to be a narrative in my head. So what you're doing with this, you're literally telling your brain, now you have a new purpose. Instead of over worrying about failing, now your purpose is that you're going to make me pass. How? You figure it out. This in your head is a super machine, but it's literally used for your defeat because it is constantly focused on the defeat, the failure. It takes practice to really shift your focus from, oh, what if I fail, to I'm already a CA, I'm already a CP, I'm already a doctor. So what you're doing is you're retraining your body to now feel differently. You're retraining your mind to think differently. So one exercise for this is every morning and every night before you go to sleep, write down what you want in present tense. I'm already a CA. As I'm looking back, I feel so good that CA happened so effortlessly this time. I was so confident while I was writing my exams. I just knew that I'm gonna pass this time. I just had this internal knowing, right? When you approach your life, your preparation this way, you are literally consumed by this light of confidence. And that light of confidence is the true guide. It is going to give you these whispers, these messages that, you know what, in your preparation, you can focus more on this. You know what, you can focus a little less on this. That's exactly what happened in my 4th attempt. Now here is the real deal. I haven't shared this with anybody else before. So I got this vision of creating a talk show covering chartered accountants, because there's so many CAs who have gone past crazy hurdles and we don't know about them. So there was no talk show at that time on this particular subject. So I was just literally consumed by this vision. It took over me. And I just knew that after becoming a CA, I'm gonna do a pilot version of it. My mind had already started thinking about that, like daydreaming about that. While I would take some breaks between my preparation, I would just sit and just visualize and feel so good. What happened was my desire to pass and become a CA got an even higher purpose. And when I was giving my exams, I was writing my exams, I was really sick at that time. I don't remember what I had gotten at that time, maybe dengue or something. I just knew in my heart that I have passed. When there was that moment of getting to know my result with my family, I asked my brother, hey, can you record this? Because there was a huge knowing in my heart that I'm gonna pass. I was still freaked out of my mind. I did not sleep the last night. And even when I had given the exams, I knew that I'm gonna pass. Why? Because all those previous months I had rewired my brain to believe that I'm already a CA, and that too it happened very effortlessly. This time I did not study as much. I did not go crazy. I did not torture myself with I have to do this also, do that also, because there was a knowing that I'm already a CA. And that is why I was able to get this inner guidance to study only those particular parts of the curriculum which either I was really good at. So hence, preparing for them, practicing them again was very effortless. Second, I just had a feeling that this is more important because earlier I would leave nothing. I would literally care about every word written in the book. And you know how many books we have to study. It's like a pile of books, right? But I started getting a bit more selective, and I just felt like there was something deep within me that was guiding me. And that is why my approach in the fourth attempt was completely different. You know what I'm gonna do? It can be really confusing if you are doing this alone and you don't know how to really navigate this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a free WhatsApp community for you all. It doesn't matter what degree you are pursuing. So we're going to do some free sessions in which I'll be taking you through this process of aligning your mindset and your emotional state with the end result that you want, which is getting that degree, becoming that CA, that doctor, that lawyer, that IAS officer. And we're going to do it in a way that you can go back and practice it yourself. And I guess we'll also make replays available, so you can always go back and practice. And hence, I want you to share this video with your friends who are in the same process, because then what will happen is when we have enough number of people, we'll do it in a much comprehensive way, so that you really don't have to take care of anything for your mind and for your preparation. You would just know internally that it's done for you, you're sorted, right? One more thing I want you to do is show up as that version of you who has already become that, CA, doctor, whatever. So what does that mean? What does that look like? Is something that is very unique to you. I can't tell you what that looks like. Hence, I want you to ask that question to yourself. I started getting clear of one thing. If I show up to the library with shabby hair, just wearing anything, that usually happens, right? When you are so focused on your preparation, on studying, that you stop taking care of yourself. But would your CA self, CPA self, doctor self, would they really show up like that? Like when you've gotten that degree, wouldn't you feel more confident and strong about yourself? That is why wouldn't you show up, feeling great about yourself? Do that now, because you're literally subconsciously telling your mind that it's already done. I made sure that I wear those clothes that I really liked. I would put kajal and those earrings and stuff. How much time does that take? 5 minutes, because you're anyway choosing something to wear. You're just being more intentional. Or it could be something very different for you. It could be just going to the gym, and if that's important to you, and making a muscular body. I would sometimes, very rarely, find people like that, because that gave them a sense of strong self. That gave them a sense of worthiness. A huge shout out to Surbhi. She's the one who joined our WhatsApp community, and I had shared something about my CA journey, and she reflected back on that. She asked me some questions like how to pass, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make a video on this, and she gave me a lot of insights to cover. So huge thanks to her. That takes me to this very important part, which is have supportive and positive buddies around you. That also means that you got to filter out those people who are always cribbing about being scared and talking negatively, that I don't know, life is unfair, it never works out for me. Now, while they're nice people, they are bringing your vibration down. They are making your mindset negative. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to just right away, take them out of your life. Have a conversation with them. that, hey, what I want is that whenever we speak, we talk about uplifting things so that both our mindsets are rewiring to success, the positive result that we want, right? So how about when we meet, we talk about such things, right? Or you can use some prompts, right? You can use some question prompts, and that's exactly what we're going to do in our sessions as well. And I'm going to share those prompts in the WhatsApp community that I'm creating for you. Use those prompts to, like ignite those very positive conversations about, yeah, I think I'm going to pass this time because you know what? I'm so good at blah, 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 blah. So you get the point. What you're doing is through that time with your buddy on your lunch break or whatever, you're actually stepping more into that reality where you've already become what you want to become, right? Instead of talking like, oh, I feel so scared and I don't think I'm gonna pass. I've heard that the passing rate is gonna be even lower. What how is that helping you? It's not. So if your friend is like, yeah, sure, I'm gonna do this, and they still are being their negative self, check with yourself once or twice, a few times, and you have to choose for yourself. Do you want negativity around you or do you want positivity around you? That is the reason why I did not hang out with like large groups, because I understood early on that most of the people thought negatively about their results, about the exams, about this and that or something. I did not see happy faces around me. That is why I limited myself to only a very few friends that I had a very deep connection with, because we vibed on the same values and we knew the boundaries. They knew that I'm not here to talk shit about anything, about life, about this or that, because if I do, then I am believing in it. If I believe in it, it's going to show up in my life. What's the benefit, right? So have buddies around you who are there to support you and you are there to support them, and make it a positive environment, because I have known so many people whose families are very pressuring and they don't understand the actual pressures of studying for degrees like this. It's already a lot. And when it is coupled with families' expectations and when they are pointing fingers at you that I don't know what you're doing wrong, like, why don't you study like others? Why aren't you getting your result? Then it takes them down even deeper. It even makes some people depressed and highly unmotivated, demotivated. And I totally understand that, right? So when that's already the case, you got to have a positive environment around you. And when you support this video by, sharing your takeaways in the comments and what you want more of, I'm going to create that WhatsApp community for you where we can then practice these tools so that you will then use your mindset plus your preparation and your hard work to become the CA, the doctor, the CPA, or whoever you want to become. Life has endless possibilities for you and you are already capable of being that. You are already who you want to be and you have cleared your exams super effortlessly and you're now celebrating with your family and they are super proud of you. You are super proud of yourself. I'm Viveka, your future self, who is congratulating you on passing your exams. I love you all. I'm going to see you in the next video.